Hello, happy Monday. So excited to be checking in with you guys. I wanted to talk about something really interesting and near and dear to my heart, and that is attachment styles. But I wanted to particularly talk about self-soothing in regards to attachment styles. So we're going to be talking about anxious and avoidance today. Those of us with anxious attachments and those of us with avoidant attachments. And those of us with anxious attachments, when we are activated, meaning our attachment style gets turned on, and we will begin to feel very anxious. We will begin to feel really hypervigilant about any and all threats coming towards whoever we are activated by. We will want to soothe by getting reassurance from the person who activated us, right? So if you're in a relationship with someone and you feel they are pulling away, you notice that activates you, you will want to reach out to get reassurance. And if they are more avoidant or emotionally unavailable, you won't be able to get that reassurance, and that will keep you in that perpetual loop of anxiety, right? Of that perpetual activation. So I want my anxious attached people to really think about learning how to self-soothe in those moments. This is really hard because everything in your brain will tell you you need to get reassurance from that person who activated you. But I'm going to give you a couple tools in order to help you do that check-in to start to self-soothe more. And the more that you can do that, that's also a way to help walk towards more security. So for you, I want you to first and foremost, hand on heart, this helps engage the vagal brake, which helps pull the nervous system out of fight or flight, which you are in when you're activated, and back into rest and digest. And ask yourself, how am I feeling? And then close your eyes and let that be a somatic experience. So that means you feel it in your body, no thought or story. That's the pressing, right? We want to feel the emotion. So feel that emotion first. If you need to, before you even get there, just get back into your body, name 5 things and the color around the room. Black box, white thing, a white heart-shaped thing, blue bag, pink basket, etc. Name 5 of those. That helps get you in your body, then feel. Then I want you to whip out your journal and I want you to ask yourself the following questions. What is happening? What is the worst case scenario of what is happening? This is the biggest one. What would it mean about me if that worst case scenario was true? And why that is so important is because that is what the activation is about, right? It's about feeling like your safety is being threatened, right? And you have in your brain the pattern that your safety is reliant on this other person, right? Because of what happened in childhood. So you need to figure out what it is about yourself that you're worried about being true, right? So what would it mean about me if this were true? And then, first time I felt that way. So whatever the worst case scenario would be and what would be true about you, when was the first time you felt that way? And what did you need in that moment when you felt that way the first time? And then whenever you get that out, I want you to write down, is there an action to take now? So this action isn't about reaching out. It would be an action for you to take to make yourself feel better and give yourself what you need. Then you can use either the inner child reinforcing for more anxious attachments. It's probably going to be that 9 times out of 10, but also shadow reinforcing can be really great too, to help reprogram whatever it is that's really coming up. Which this is not to say that you can't be, you can't reach out to a partner or you can't reach out to someone that you're talking to discuss something. Of course you can, but this is in those moments where you're feeling really activated to learn how to tune in and give yourself what you need versus thinking that all you can get is from the outside, that outside person giving that to you. Okay, so you are still allowed to communicate, but this is just learning how to self-soothe. Okay, my avoidance. So for those of us that are more avoidant, your self-soothe is going to be extreme. So when you get activated, right, because the underneath of that will be intimacy is unsafe or intimacy is stressful, you will want to retreat from the person who is activating you. And instead of wanting reassurance, you will pull away, shut down, and really self-soothe inside of yourself. But your self-soothing is also like a little bit of suppressing and ignoring what's actually going on. So what you need to do more of is move towards the person who is activating you and communicate your feelings. So the first thing that's going to be there for you is, first of all, check in. What am I feeling? Right? We also want you to start really understanding the way that you feel and feeling that. So same thing, hand on heart, engaging that vagal break. Let that be somatic and in the body. And then you're going to get your journal and you're going to write, what is happening? What am I feeling? Am I unsafe? Does this feel stressful to me? What about this feels stressful to me? And lastly, and this is the action step, how can I communicate this to my partner, the person who's activating me? Right? Walk that through or rather write that out, that scenario, how you could talk to them. It's, if you're more verbal, use the voicemail app and do a practice run of talking out and then go communicate to that person versus shutting down and avoiding that altogether, or dealing with it, ignoring it on your own and not processing that with your person. So for my more anxious attachments, we're going to teach you how to do more of that self-soothing. And for my avoidant attachments, we're going to teach you how to not just shut down and pull away, but instead to do a check-in with feelings and then go towards that intimacy and communication with the other person so that you're learning how to do what you need to do to start to work towards being secure. Okay, so that's what I have to share today. I hope that helps. Let me know if there's any questions and have a beautiful Monday.